الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Yesterday we concluded on the section of entering or leaving a house, and inshallah just to recap today just so we can inshallah ta'ala move forward. So today we're going to take it this day just to inshallah recap everything we went over in this section. Number one, first and foremost, on how to leave or enter one's home, and being very gentle with the door. Sometimes we slam the door as we're leaving out, or we're just letting it close on itself, because of which sometimes it's causing too much noise, and sometimes it's not even closing all the way. So being very gentle with that, making sure we are very gently letting the door close and not letting it slam behind us. Number two, when entering the home while others are asleep, it's also very important to be considerate of them, not to slam the door, not to come in too hard and startle the ones that are inside, but rather coming in a way where anyone who is awake knows your presence is felt, and anyone who is sleeping is not disturbed by your entrance. And then when you enter, you make the greetings of Islam, the one that the Prophet ﷺ told us of, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And if no one is in the house already, then you read the salam, Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi salihin. And then again, keeping in mind that the Prophet ﷺ, when he would enter a place and the people would be sleeping there, then the salam of the Prophet ﷺ would be so low or enough that the people who are awake would be able to hear him, and those that are asleep would not be disturbed by the salam of the Prophet ﷺ. So being very moderate and balanced in that approach. And then making sure that our presence is announced, or people are aware, whoever is inside, that we are coming home. It is not that you're completely James Bond mode and you're trying to sneak up on someone in the masjid, at your homes, but rather letting them know that yes, you are home, so that way when you enter upon them or you come in the same room as them, they are not scared or not startled by your appearance. Then making sure that when we are going to the different rooms that are in our homes, we are seeking permission before entering. Seeking permission is knocking on the door, waiting for a response, and then entering. When you knock and just enter right away, that defeats the purpose of seeking permission, or even giving the person in the room a chance to fix themselves if they are not dressed appropriately for your entrance. So giving them that opportunity, knocking, waiting for a response, and then entering in the room. And then when you come to someone's house, or go to even your own home, when you knock on the door, the etiquettes for that, making sure we're not knocking in a way as if we're trying to bring the house down, and we're not knocking so softly that the person inside cannot hear us, but in such a balanced way that we're knocking that they can hear us, and then patience before we knock again, giving them the opportunity and chance to come to the door. And number two, making sure that when we knock 3 times, then after that we no longer have permission to be at the residence or to be there. Clearly we're not wanted, so the Prophet ﷺ teaches us to walk away or move away from the house at that point. And then when someone knocks on the door, or when you knock on the door and someone asks who is it, the appropriate response is not ana, it's me. It could be anyone, but rather the Prophet ﷺ teaches us to give your name, so that way the person inside knows who it is and they are comfortable opening the door. So inshallah ta'ala, with this, these are the few lessons we learned from this section on the etiquettes of entering or leaving. Inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow we will go over the etiquettes, or begin the etiquettes of visiting, or the manners of visiting one another. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all tawfiq. Jazakumullahu khair. Wa akhiru da'wana. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.